Hello, good afternoon. Yes, good afternoon. Good morning if it's morning where you are. Good evening if it's evening where you are. Welcome to Growth Habits with Ngozi. I am your personal guide on the journey of growth. And I'm not just your guide, I'm your fellow journeyer on this journey. I go along with you on the journey of growth. So, who is here with me? Welcome to Growth Habits this beautiful Tuesday afternoon. It's a bit cloudy here in the city of Port Harcourt, just a little bit cloudy. Let me just confirm that I'm audible on this journey. I go and all right, yes. So um, at least I know that I can be heard. Okay, welcome once again. As I said, it's a cloudy day in the city of Port Harcourt today, but in all, we give thanks to God for today, for his mercies, for his blessings, for all that he has done for us. So we started this particular series. This series is so near and dear to my heart because um, it's people telling their own stories. And I carefully picked out the people that are telling these stories. I didn't just make it open to any person. I chose people that I know their journey quite well, so that I don't bring someone that will say something that will begin to think, is this really it? So we started this journey. It's been how many weeks now? Almost 2 months. Wow, almost 2 months of Growth Chronicles. We started with me sharing my own growth story. Then we moved on and we had Chinwendu Abia come on and tell us her own story of growth. And for those of us that were here when she told her story, the story was powerful. She talked about starting, her program Hold by Grace, the NGO that she runs, and starting it while living in a classroom. I keep pointing this out every time because it still blows my mind what she was able to achieve. And she mentioned that when there's a call from God for you to come up higher, just come up. God will meet you on the way. He will meet you on the way. He's not going to meet you where you're seated. He will meet you on the way as we begin the journey. Okay, and then the next session we had Ellen Jo Atta come on. She's a lawyer, she's a mom, she's a minister of the gospel, a digital entrepreneur, and she came and she also told us her own journey of growth. And she talked about life being a journey and that you need to embrace the journey. It's not just, to go along with it. You must embrace the journey. She said we should start with what we have because that was what she did. She started with what she had available. She didn't wait till everything was complete. And she also mentioned that we need to give it your best always, every time. It's not, there's no half measure. Give it your best every time. And nothing happens. No growth happens in the comfort zone. These were the things that she brought out in her story. The next person that told us her story was Tari Dita Ojoko. And she's the apostle, the sex doctor, the apostle of love. So she told us her own story of growth, and she said so much that day. But a few things that struck out was that she said you have to run with urgency. When you have discovered your destiny, you have to run with urgency. There is no need to slow down and think too much about it. Run with the urgency of destiny. She mentioned that until your potentials are deployed, they're just almost useless. So you might have a ton of potential in you, but you have to deploy them. You have to make the move. She said, take on opportunities and grow to match your office and your responsibilities. Don't remain stagnant and think, oh, everything is okay. Grow to match your responsibilities and your office. She also mentioned that we should prepare in advance for opportunities. Don't say, okay, I don't have the opportunity. Prepare for it. That opportunity you're expecting, prepare in advance for it so that when it comes, you are ready. The opportunity will not meet you unready. Okay. Then our next guest that shared her story of growth was Constance Sago. And she's a life coach and author, a chartered secretary, both here and in the UK. And she shared her story of growth, how from nothing. In fact, she was working and sending herself to school. So she did part-time. And now, see where she is. She has achieved so much. And it was because one, she was hungry for growth. She was hungry for change and she was ready to do the needful, to get that change, to grow. She was ready to do what needed to be done. She was uncomfortable with the status quo. She was not okay with how things were. Then she said something that struck me that day. She said, place value on every opportunity you get. Every opportunity you get, place value on it. Don't look at it as this one is too small. This one is not up to what it should be. She said it specifically and she gave examples in her life. Place value on every opportunity you get. And curiosity has to go with that hunger that is in you. Be curious, ask questions, find out about things. Don't just sit back and think, okay, well, if I need to know this, I will know. No, be curious, ask the right questions, and you will get the right answers. Okay, so that is a recap of all the persons that have shared their growth journey with us in this series, Growth Chronicles. We have 3 more sessions, this one, then 2 more sessions in this Growth Chronicles series. Then we will move on to something else. Okay, so for today, the person we have coming on today, this is my business partner, my accountability partner. I don't know what else to call her, but I'll read her profile for you, and then you will see. Today we have Janet David. Janet David is a pastor's wife. I'm surrounded with a lot of pastors' wives. I'm just seeing it. I didn't even think about it. Helen is a pastor's wife. Tyra is a pastor's wife. A pastor self, not just pastor's wife. Constance, pastor's wife. Now, Janet, pastor's wife. Interesting. This is interesting. So Janet is a pastor's wife from Kwara State by birth and Ondo State by marriage. She's a serial entrepreneur. This I can testify. A growth ambassador, a CAC registration expert. In fact, a CAC registration guru, not just expert, guru. I can tell you that for a fact. Producer of CoMac Shea butter whipped cream. I have used this product. I don't support what I don't even know how to market what I have not used. I think that's one problem I've always had. Something that I've not used, I can't give personal testimony of. I don't know how to support it. So I have used this CoMac shea butter. It is for the hair, for the skin, anywhere. It is beautiful, perfectly made. Yes, she's also a distributor of Alexsial coconut oil and HOJ kulikuli. This kulikuli is not your regular. It is not your regular. I am telling you for a fact, it's not your regular. I have tasted it. It is different from all the other kulikuli you see everywhere. So please, afterwards, go and get a pack from her. Pick up a shea butter, pick up kulikuli. At least these ones I have used that can testify. I'm telling you, they are. Okay. She has a passion for women that feel stuck in marriage and single young ladies that feel confused about life and purpose. Reason she started a YouTube channel, Explore with Janet. Please subscribe to that afterwards. Helping this set of females find their feet with clear direction gives us so much joy and fulfillment. Oh, wow. You see, network, this is our digital era. What I was reading just went away. She's a digital ambassador of the Africa Agenda 2063 Goodwill, an international volunteer with La Plage Metaverse. She also has executive diploma in international diplomacy and protocol. She's married and blessed with 3 amazing children. So I am going to bring, oh wow. Okay. Janet, are you there? I can't seem to find you anymore. I saw you a few minutes ago. I saw you a few minutes ago, but it looks like network has taken you out. So please join back so that I can add you to the session today. I said, but when I saw her profile, I said, I'm going to ask her what is this digital ambassador of the Africa Agenda 2063. I want to know about that for sure. I want to know what that is all about. So I hope she will talk about it. If she doesn't, I will definitely ask the question because I want to know what that is all about. Janet, if you can hear me, please reconnect so that I can bring you on. Because right now I can see you here. It's showing me Janet is watching, but when I try to add you, it's not showing. So please reconnect and request to join the live session. Okay, so like I said, this is people telling their stories. Growth Chronicles honestly has been such a blessing for me personally to go through these stories with all these different people. But one thing that I can see that cuts across all the different people is their resilience. All of them, they did not sit back and allow life happen. No, they did not sit back and rest in whatever life has dealt out to them. No, each and every one of them. If you look back, if you go and watch the other past episodes, you will see that each of them faced some kind of challenge or the other. The challenges are not the same. Okay, let me see. But they all face challenges. You can't see request to join. I'm seeing, I can see you here. It's showing me that you're on the live, but when I try to add you, I can't see you. I can't see you when I try to add you. So there should be, um, there should be something that says join the live or ask to join the live session. Can you see it? There should be a prompt that says ask to join the live session. I don't know if you're able to see it as you have connected. What is even funny is that I can't even see you myself. I'm trying to add you straight from here, but I can't see you. I can't see you from where I should add you, but I can see you. You're sending a message, so you are there. I really don't know what's happening with this today. So please, maybe you go out and join back again. Then, if you join back, it should show you that option to ask to be part of the video of the live session. Yes. So please just leave the live session and join back. It should give you that option, and then you can join. So as I was saying, you can find that in all the stories of all the people that have spoken in these Growth Chronicles, you will see people that refuse to be comfortable with where they are. You will see people that refuse to accept the status quo, just like Constance mentioned. They refuse to accept the status quo. They were not comfortable in their comfort zone. Let me use that. Okay. They were not comfortable in their comfort zone. They were, they wanted to do better. What's happening now? They wanted to do better. It says you're unable to join due to technical, I don't know the grammar. That is, okay, I'm trying to see if there's another way. Okay, asked to join again. Let me see if I can connect you at that point. So they refuse to accept the status quo. They refuse to remain in their comfort zone. I know I've said this severally in the process of this growth habits, that nothing grows in the comfort zone. Once you relax, send another request, please, Janet. Once you relax, nothing happens. Once you get comfortable with how things are, once you begin to make excuses for yourself, begin to make excuses for why you are not doing what you should do, nothing will ever happen for you. I'm not trying to say that people don't have situations that surround them that might be a little above them. We all have them, different, situations. We have things that happen to us and is a little above what we think we can handle. It happens to everyone. It happens to everyone. No one is immune to it. The difference is, what do you do? What do you do? Do you relax and allow yourself to wallow in the situation or in the circumstance or in the whatever it is that is troubling you at that time? Do you just relax and wallow in it? Or do you make up your mind that I cannot stay here? I cannot remain here. In fact, after Constance's message session last week, somebody came to me and was telling me how she also was doing this chartered secretary thing, and she left it along the way. Now I want to believe that she's going to see the need to pick it up again. I believe she will see that need and she will go ahead and get that certification. It's never too late. It's truly never too late. You can still do it. You can still get it done. I still can't see you. You can still get it done. It is very, very, very possible. Just don't give yourself any excuse. Don't accept any excuse even. There are times that you want to do something, but everything just seems to be against that act you want to carry out or whatever. Everything is working against it. Don't accept that excuse. Don't accept it. Find the way around the obstacle. Find the way around the obstacle. It is possible. You can do it. As long as you don't accept excuses. It's not even just the giving of excuses. Don't accept excuses, even if, especially from yourself. I'm not even talking about accepting from others. Don't accept excuses from yourself. Find a way around that obstacle. The way exists. There is always a way around any obstacle, any challenge that we may face. There is always a way around it. Find it. Set your mind to find it, and you will. You can imagine Chiwendo that was living in a classroom, yet she was able to run an outreach to people she felt needed to hear what she had to say. But she was living in a classroom. She could have as well said, well, okay, I'm living in a classroom, there's nothing I can do, and she would be right. I don't have a house. How do I do this? How will it work? She would be very, very correct to think like that. But no, she went ahead because she knew that the call, just like also Tari said, the call needed urgency. There was a need to fulfill destiny. There was a need to carry out the purposes of God for your life. So she put on, went ahead, and she was able to do the program that year and other years. The year that I met her, I remember that by the time I came into contact with her, that program was in the plans, but no money. There was no money anywhere. But she just kept on planning. Even when her teammates would tell her team members, oh, we need this, we need this. The monies they are calling is nowhere. It's nowhere. It's not in the account, it's nowhere. But She kept on going because she knew who had called her. So, it's very, very essential that we understand and not give ourselves excuses. Look at the story of Constance. She could have given herself an excuse. I mean, my family is not rich, which many of us, that is the excuse we give. I didn't come from a rich family, no uncles to help me, nobody to help me. She didn't listen to that. She didn't give herself that excuse. She didn't take that excuse from herself. She went out to do better. As she was working, she was going to school. How many people do that, especially this part of the world? Yes, in the Americas, in the US, you can hear such things. In UK, you hear people going to school and working, but in this part of the world, you hardly hear people. But that was what she did because she knew that she could not afford to remain where she was. She could not afford to remain where she was. And she did the needful. It was not comfortable. It was not easy. I mean, it can't be easy. Going to school, going to work, it can't be easy. But she did it. And today, she's reaping the fruits. She's reaping it today. So, it's essential. It's very, very important that we don't give and we don't take excuses from ourselves. From ourselves. Don't give, don't take excuse. Always look for that way around the obstacle. The way exists. See, when you stop giving yourself excuses, you will see that way around. But as long as you're giving yourself excuses, as long as you're taking excuses from yourself, you won't be able to see the road. You won't be able to see that if you just turn a little, there is a road. You will not see it. You'll be blinded by the excuses. You'll be blinded by the comfort of where you are. So don't give yourself excuses and don't take excuses from yourself. Do not. It is possible. The road, yes, it may be hard, but it is passable. The road might be difficult, but it is passable. The thing that we equate difficult things with impossibilities. No, that something is difficult, that something is hard does not mean that that thing is impossible. It just means it will take a little more effort. It will take a little more doing. It will take a little more strength from you to get it done. It might take a little more time from you to get it done, but it will be done. There is always a way. This especially this generation, when I talk to some young men and young women, and they're just full of excuses. They're just full of excuses. They're not ready to do the hard things. They're not ready to take the step. They are looking for who will do it for them, ready-made, quick one, instant noodles, that is what they are looking for. But see, to really, really make progress, there is nothing like instant anything. Even, because generally these days, what you see is, people are social media influencers. People make money from, social media. They make money from their phones. To do that, you need to be able to not take excuses from yourself. Some of those people don't sleep. In trying to produce content, they're not sleeping. Their brain is working, thinking, what do I do? How do I improve? So you see that nothing comes easy. Nothing comes just like that. Nothing. No, absolutely nothing. There is nothing that comes just like that. Nothing. There is some level of effort you must put in. There is some level of work you must put in to achieve anything worthy of note. There is some level of work you must put in. So don't allow excuses in your life. Do not. Do not. Like I said, the excuses will blind you and you will not see that there's a path right there in front of you. You won't see it because you have taken excuses or you have given an excuse. But immediately you drop the excuses, you will see the multiple paths that are available to achieve that thing you're trying to achieve. You will, it's almost like magic. You will suddenly see it. You will just see it. So I think finally our guests will be added. Yes, 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 yes. Finally, CoMac has allowed us to CoMac has allowed us to connect. So our guest is here. I've already read her profile. And while I was waiting for her to be able to connect, we're having a little discussion. So welcome, Janet. Nice to have you here.
Thank you very much,
Okay.
Can you hear me loud and clear?
Yes, yes. Very, very loud and clear. Okay, so welcome. And I think we'll just go ahead. 26 minutes have passed. Just go ahead and tell us your story of growth. And as you are talking, of course, I will pick some points and then we will discuss on those afterwards. So over to you.
All right. Thank you so much. I'm so sorry for the technical issue. I think it was I didn't have the latest version, so I had to do that quickly. So, okay, sorry for the time again. So I just delve into it, and thank you also, Ma, for the opportunity. It's a great privilege to speak to your audience this morning. This afternoon. Okay, so my story, I've just like the profile that you read. I'm a pastor's wife, and a lot of people think pastor's wife don't have problems, they don't have challenges, as in everything about their life is perfect because they're always counseling, encouraging other people, and then people feel like, oh, their life is so perfect. No, it is not. So first of all, some years ago, like let me say like 8 years ago, I started feeling this inadequacy and emptiness. You go to church, you show up every time, but you know that there is something missing, that you are not fulfilled. You don't feel like something is happening that is special about you. So at the end of the day, I started searching for, and I'm this kind of person. I like to learn as much as possible. I like to know a little thing about everything. So that was when the opportunity of Model Woman Inner Circle came. So I would say that was when the real growth about me started. But still, it was still on the surface. So when I started, we were together and everything, but at a point, I knew that I needed more. I wanted more. So when the first Model Woman shut down and then the new one that is a paid one came up, I was like, how will I pay money for a kind of program like that? So like it's supposed to be like free. I was also of the thought that even if I was going to pay maybe some little money that you won't even feel it, maybe like 3,000, 5,000, something that you don't even feel that you are paying anything. But one day God showed me something. He opened my eyes to something. He said, we know the value, as in God himself know the value that he has put inside of us. Even the devil knows it. It is we that don't place any value on ourselves. So I was now like, what does that mean? And the Holy Spirit was trying to make me to understand that, okay, how in this world's currency now, how much do you think I, your God, will pay on your head? I said, how much do you think you are worth? I was now thinking about it. I said, if somebody pay 1 million naira on my head like this, is it even worth it? Like, can you equate it to my life? Like, he had to live and make sure that his only child, that was the way the Holy Spirit was, and him were interacting that day. Like, he made sure that his only child went to die for only me. Let's not think about the millions of people. Only me. So you can imagine that value, that kind of value that he placed on us. He said, so can you quantify it with any amount? I said, no. So he was now trying to use another small lady to show me that if this lady, there was a particular lady that I knew, she's just 26 years old, and she paid 1.5 million, not that she had it, but because God saw that she needed it and she wanted it, God supplied the fund. In fact, our own fund out of that money is not up to 500,000. The rest people donated, gave her, because she wanted to be in the inner circle of DDK. So I was wondering, I now said, okay, that if a little girl like that can pay 1.5 million, which means she knows the worth of her life. So how much is 50,000 naira that I cannot pay for something that is going to help me, not helping somebody else? So that was when I went ahead, paid for the inner circle, and that was the beginning of the growth for me. It was a stretching period, and it really stretched me. And one of the things that I will say that it did for me was you cannot categorize yourself as somebody of growth yet until people around you are looking at you and trying to grow because of you. So that was it for me. That was it for me. It was more than money for me. So when my mentor started, Pastor Favor Osiri started with us and was mentoring us, making us to read books. Me, I don't like reading books so much. So making us to read books, teaching us different ways of reading and learning, you know, I started with my women in my church that if you cannot impact the life of this small group, how do you think you are going to impact the whole world? So I started the same thing that was being done to me. I started with them. First of all, I told all of them that they should go ahead and give me their goals for the year. And then when all of them wrote it out, I made some corrections. Then I went through a clarity section with each and every one of them. So when I did that, and then I made sure I was following up the way my mentor was following me back to back. That was the way I was following them back to back. And honestly, it was mind-blowing because the result, they themselves, they saw that there was something different, that is not just like every other. So when they saw that, I was fulfilled. They didn't have to give me anything in return, but I was fulfilled that they've grown. And then some of the things that I will be shouting and be talking about, I stopped stressing over a lot of things. Because when all of you are on the same frequency, you are learning the same thing, you are hearing the same thing, you have the same mindset, you will stress little about trying to convince anyone about growth. So that was it for me. That was my major highlight of growth. And I'm so grateful that that happened to me. And also one of the things that was also a highlight for me was when I joined TIP, that's the Intentional Parenting Academy, the same time I joined the Inner Circle for Model Women. So one of the things, I gathered the women in the church and I told them, I said, see, I didn't just join this Inner Circle because of myself. I joined it also because of you. Because why? Whatever I know, you will also know. And whatever you know is going to have an effect on how we parent our children in the future. My children might decide that, okay, one of you fall in love with one of your children or something. And when that happens, if you don't know what I know, it's going to be a problem to their marriage in the future. So, my dear, as I've joined the Inner Circle, you too, you have joined the Inner Circle automatically. So we are on the same on the same page right now. So all of them, I like that whenever there's a program like the 360 parenting that we just finished at the Wisdom Place, almost every one of them showed up. Because why? They now think the same way that I think. They now understand what I've been talking about, and everybody is almost like on the same page. So that is it for me. That's a major highlight for me. Thank you very much.
Wow, thank you. See,
Yes.
I don't know if you have noticed, talking to the people who have been watching, this inner circle. Honestly, please, with whoever you are, wherever you are, as a woman, make sure you join inner circle January.
Inner
That's when the next opening
circle.
is. Make sure
Seriously.
you join the inner circle, model inner circle. It is truly
Yes.
life changing. You know, we hear this word every time, life changing, life transforming. But this one, I am
It's
telling
real.
you, it is real. You can't be there and be idle. One, you can't be there and not know why you're in this world. You can't be there and not be making progress. It's not even
I tell you,
possible. It's not, Pastor Femi
you
will not
must.
allow you. Anyway, she's coming
She
next week, so you will get it live
will
and
not allow you
direct.
to fail in
She
peace.
will not allow you, so you must move. Okay, there was
Yeah.
something you said. You said that until people around you want to grow because of you, you have not started to
Mm.
grow. In fact, that really hits me because truly we many times we think we are growing because we are going for
Mm.
classes, we are taking some courses, we are attending
True.
some seminars. But if
Yes,
there
ma'am.
is no one around you that is like,
Mm.
I want what she has, you have not started. You have not
You have
started.
not started
You are not
at
impacting.
all.
You are not doing anything. You are just,
Yes.
dissipating energy. That is
True.
all you're doing. So it is so
Yes.
important as we grow, that growth has to be visible. One of the things I discussed the early days of growth habits, that growth must be measurable. There,
Yes.
there has to be a way to measure that growth. There has to be a way to
Yes.
say, by this time last year, by this time
Mm.
2 weeks ago, this is how I
Yeah.
was, and this is how I
Exactly.
am now. If there is no measuring
Mm.
of your growth, I'm not sure you are growing.
Mm.
So your growth has to be
Yes.
measurable, and it's truly impossible to grow and not impact people. It's
At all.
almost impossible for you
Yes.
to be
Yes, ma'am.
attaining growth, increasing
Yes.
capacity, and nobody is being
True.
touched by it. Then, I mean, what are you doing? It's not, I don't even think
I
it's really
don't know.
possible. I don't think it's possible. So, yes, definitely. Then she also said she knew she needed more and wanted more. You can see that this is a recurring decimal in almost every
Yes.
story that's been told. I've brought
Yeah.
people in the inner circle, I brought people who are not in the inner circle. And
Mhm.
each person always knew that there is something more. And they didn't just know, they went ahead to do something
Yes.
about
Yes.
it. They didn't just say,
Exactly.
I want more. There's more to this life. And they spend the whole day troubling
Mm.
themselves over the need for more.
It
They
doesn't
went
work
ahead.
like that.
Yes, they went ahead and did something about it.
Mhm.
So action,
Yes, ma'am.
action, action is not enough to think.
Action.
It's not enough to
Very,
be
very important.
dissatisfied. Make that
Mhm.
move. Do the needful. Okay, I
Yeah.
said there's something I must ask you. I saw it in your profile. I said you're a digital ambassador of the Africa Agenda 2063. What is that all about? Please enlighten us. Oh, network has frozen her. Oh, wow. Let's believe she will soon come back. You know, this is what we see in this part of the world. Network can, she's gone off. Okay. I want to believe she will come back and continue the story she's telling us. But we can see that there's already so much to take away from what she has said. Just the little, how many minutes that she spoke, there is so much to take away. One, she knew she needed more and wanted more. She was dissatisfied with the status quo. This is also the same thing I guess last week said. She was dissatisfied with the status quo. You cannot grow until you are truly dissatisfied with the status quo. When, what is the usual, what is the normal for you is not enough. There is a desire for more. And then you don't just sit with that desire and brood over that desire. You take a step, do something about it. Step out, come out of your comfort zone. Take that step, do that course, whatever it is, just take a step. Take a step and then move. She also mentioned, I think we just finished talking about it, that until people around you want to grow because of you, your growth is still remaining something. It's not quite, complete. That's, you need to be able to impact people by reason of your capacity that is increasing, by reason of the fact that you are growing, you're becoming better, you're becoming a better version. Others have to be impacted by it. People around you should want to grow because you are growing. So those are the few things that she has. All right, she's back. She's back. She's back. So yes, sorry. Yeah.
Sorry, I have to switch my network. I don't know what's going on.
Like I said it the other day, we were having a session with Pastor
Yeah.
Favor. That have to have
Okay.
3 devices on. I just have to
True.
three, because
That's true.
anyone can disappoint
Any
at
kind
any
of
time.
true.
Okay, so I was
I'm
asking you
heading my
about, yeah, I was asking you about, you said that you're a digital ambassador of the Africa Agenda
yeah.
2063. So I was like, what is that all about? Tell us about it.
Okay. All right. There is a group. Okay, there was someone, my husband's boss actually, that came on and told me about this group, that they do trainings often, as much as possible, that there are different trainings. You can choose anyone that you want. And I found that particular one interesting, like, and they are projecting for years to come, in which it's going to be effective. You can become an ambassador for any of this, or be a volunteer if you want, or any of all those kind of humanitarian services. So
Okay.
I just said, okay, let me educate myself a little more. I have an international, because that was one thing that she told me. Said all these big people that you see everywhere, that you say they've gone, they have this so thing in so area and stuff like that. That is all these online little classes that they go
Mhm.
through, and so
Yeah,
you should also add to the knowledge that you have about a
yeah,
particular thing. It might not even be useful to you right now, but after a while, the opportunity might come. And there's something that
mm,
my mentor will always say, he said, no, don't wait for opportunity. Prepare for the
mm,
opportunity, so that when it hits, you're not saying, I think you already have an idea of what you want, and then you just
yeah,
go for it. So that was
yeah.
what took me into that particular one.
Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
Okay. So you see, once again, this thought of preparing for opportunities.
Yeah.
Don't wait for opportunity to hit you.
Yeah.
You will be devastated.
Seriously.
In management, we talk about promoting somebody above their capacity. Don't
Okay.
don't ever- don't allow that to be your portion. Don't allow that to be your story. You should be ready. You enter an office, and of course, nobody starts work, and you don't want to be promoted, and you're
Mm,
there. You know that your manager has some skills that you don't have. You
mm.
don't bother to go and acquire any of those
You
skills.
can
And you
acquire it.
expect to be promoted as a manager. And
Mhm.
then, God forbid, honestly, I say God forbid, that they now promote you to that managerial position and you don't have the right skills. You don't
What
have the
what are
skill
you
set.
going to what are you going to do there?
So be
you know,
prepared. Prepare ahead of time for opportunities.
man.
I yeah,
My pastor, this thing that you talked about, my pastor was saying something. He said there are some of us, when we are asking for expansion, we are praying in church, they are blessing us in church, we be shouting amen, but we don't even have the capacity, or we are not even preparing for that thing. So when it
yeah,
hits you, where are you going to go? What are you going to do? Okay, you want to be a
exactly.
CEO, you want to be a manager. What do you know that they are doing there?
Mm,
Have you sit in a boardroom before? Do you know what they discuss? Do you know how to tackle? So,
yes,
that knowledge gap, that we should bridge all those gaps and make sure that you are ready. So
exactly.
you are not found wanting when the time comes. Yeah.
Exactly. Exactly, because there are some courses I've taken that even till tomorrow I'm wondering why I bought that. But there is no knowledge that is
That is
lost. There's
wasted
actually
at
there is
all.
it can't be wasted.
At
Somewhere in
all.
the midst of discussion, somewhere that thing
Mhm.
might come up. And by the time you say what you know, people will be looking at you as if you're one superstar. Yeah, it's just something you picked from one course you did one day. So there is no knowledge that is wasted. Yes. Prepare for those opportunities. Many of us, we claim, like you said, we claim this, we claim that, we claim the other. This is our year of lifting up. This is our year. And you don't prepare for the year of lifting up. How is the lifting up going to come? Even if it comes, you'll be promoted out of your capacity. And most times you crash. It also happens in companies where they expand. The company is expanding too fast, and then they expand beyond the capacity of the company. The nature of the company begins to crumble.
That's it.
Inevitable. This is not cost. It's not somebody's costing you. No, it is inevitable. I remember there was a company I was privileged to advise a little bit, and I saw the expansion plans. I called the MD. I said, "Sir, take it easy. You don't have the capacity for where you are going now. It doesn't exist. Train your people, employ new people, bring in the required staff that will carry this company when it gets to that place. The way it is now, the structure you have now, if you were to do this expansion, this company will begin to implode." That is what just happened.
Wow.
And thank God he listened. Some people will think you're being bad belly or something. They will not. Village people, village people have come through you to come and talk. But he listened. As he listened and he began to put in structures. Now the company is expanding at honestly a rate that even me, I'm dizzy from the expansion. Wow. Almost every 2 weeks they're announcing something. But the structure is on ground to carry that next level.
That's
so
it.
Yes, in our personal life, please don't let it be your story that you were promoted above your capacity. No, it shouldn't be your story. Learn the things you need to learn now. Gather that capacity now. Prepare for those opportunities you're praying for. We even do it. It's like people who are looking for the fruit of the womb. We tell them to buy baby things. That is part of preparing for the opportunity.
Exactly.
Yes. So do it in every aspect of your life. Take courses that even right now you don't know what you need this course for. Take it first. Keep it somewhere. It is in your CV that you have done this course. You don't know the day you apply somewhere and it's that particular course they're looking for someone that studied. So always prepare for opportunities before they come. Before those opportunities manifest. Get ready for them. Do the needful. And then you will definitely explode. You will explode and everyone will see it. They will see your light shining. Okay. One other thing I said I will ask you to talk to us a little bit about. You said you have a YouTube channel, Explore with Janet. What happens there?
Okay. So one of the things, like I said in the beginning, was that before I got married, actually, I will say, or I will consider myself like I really prepared for marriage.
Okay.
But the heat of parenting, I think I was not prepared for that. A lot of us, we just feel like, it's just, is it not just baby? You take care of babies, you take care of children, and they will just grow, you know? And we never knew that, okay, there is something called really reading for parents, as in learning and having enough knowledge to parent. So it hit me so hard, and I began to feel like I was going empty, like I don't have anything inside of me anymore. Like I felt stuck. As a matter of fact, when my first child came, I felt like my child was like an obstacle to my progress, because it's almost like my life went on a pause. And I was just tucked in there. So that is why what birthed this Explore with Janet. I thought about all the things that I've gone through, and how I came out of them. And I know a lot of women that when we were in that larger model woman, there are a lot of women will DM me and ask me questions of how they can navigate parenting, home front, and a lot of other things, and still be successful as a. That's how I began to tell them my stories of my single life, and even while being married, what I went through and how I was able to go through it. You know, when they hear that somebody has also gone through exactly what they are going through, they can relate, and then they can actually listen to you and learn one or two things from you at the same time. So that was what Better the Explore with Jane. So it's a world of exploration in which you explore every aspect of life, both spiritual, career, business-wise. As in, you can be in your house and be making millions. It doesn't necessarily mean like you have to have a office or that you go to every morning, you know.
Yeah.
So that's one of the things. So that's why I said I love to help women that are feel stuck in their marriage, because that happens to a lot of women.
Yeah.
Some people never get out of it completely, and they keep going on like that, and their life is just a mess. So at the end of the day, I just felt, okay, I could help with my little experience and little knowledge that I have, and share with other women out there and help them to get out of uh, that kind of life. You
Yeah.
understand? And also, as much as possible, to also help some women to start up some new businesses. There are a lot of businesses a lot of people can do even without cash, and a lot of women don't know that you can
Yeah.
actually be in the comfort of your home and do some businesses without having even 10,000 naira. Just have data, and then you are on. So all those little knowledge that I've gained, I just want to share and give back
Yeah.
to the society like that.
Okay. So you see, in fact, I'm just so happy you came on, because when I was reading her profile, I said she's a CAC registration guru. This is one of those businesses you don't need any money to start.
Let me even say a little bit about that, man. you know, like that CAC registration. Okay, Mama Ngozi here, you are the one that made me to know about CAC registration. So I came, okay, I saw on your status about a particular way of using WhatsApp to do auto response. So I bought the course as an affiliate. You were an affiliate, and I bought the course from you. So I joined the group. It was from joining the group that I realized that the coach was teaching people how to do CAC registration. Then I started. As
Yeah.
I'm talking to you right now, Mama, as the economy is digidaling and everything, when in a month, even if where I supply my shea butter whipped cream to, the coconut oil, the kulikuli, when there is no money, Ma, the amount that I'm making in a month on CAC registration, if they give me salary work, I will not take. No, I'm telling you, I will not take. I will not collect, because I don't want
Yeah.
somebody that will come and use my blood and still be giving me peanuts. That is to tell you how much you can
Yeah.
make, even in the company. As in, it has really gotten me to an extent that I now live a life of gratitude, that sometimes I will be driving and something will just tell me, Janet, you have made 20,000 today without leaving your house. I will just, while driving, I will just say, thank you, Jesus. Like, I don't want to be an ingrate, because I don't take that for granted. It can only be God. And also doing what you have found your hand to do. Say anything that you find your hand to do it well.
Yeah.
Sometimes people will just call me up and say, somebody told me this, somebody told me that you can do this and do that. And I'll be wondering who. Sometimes I will be asking them questions and I will not be able to picture who exactly
The
gave them the
person, yeah.
reference. Like that. A lot of it. So it's not all about going out there, going into an office or something. You can make money at the comfort of your home, and a lot of it, actually.
Yes,
Thank
yes,
you.
I can tell you truly that this is a business that can truly at least give you your basics, if nothing else. Give you basics, you don't, if nothing else. If you dedicate 24 hours to it as a full time, it will give you much more. So,
much more.
yes, you see, now, I mean, when I tell people that just whatever you can do, start with that. Don't be looking for the billions first. Start with what you have available. Do you have currently? What can you do? When I see, I was in church the other day and I saw one young lady with phone. And I know that this phone, as I am here now, if you tell me to buy that phone,
Expensive one.
yes. So I had to, because I had to I said, oh, my dear, how are you? Greet. I said, so what are you doing now? Because I know that before she was not working. Is somebody else. So what are you doing now? Because in my head, for you to have that phone, you're doing something. You can't be sitting in your house and having that kind of phone. And she told me she's still looking for. I'm like, no, that's not possible. You can't be looking for. What are you looking? You are holding this phone. What are you looking? This phone can make you. This phone can make you the value of the phone times 100. First of
Thank you,
all,
ma.
yes. Then you're telling me you're still looking. What are you looking for? What are you
Oh.
waiting for? Until somebody employs you in Shell, employs you in Mopo or in Total. Is that what you're waiting for? In fact, she didn't expect the response I gave us. I don't know what she was expecting. Maybe for me to say, oh, okay, give me your CV. No, I can't. I don't know what you're waiting for. You're holding phone in your hand. This phone can browse. This phone can go to YouTube, if nothing else. And you're telling me, so in fact, I'm disappointed. That in that same church, there's a young girl. She's still in school. This girl is still in school. Every day she's posting shoe, posting cloth on her status. Every day without fail, she is posting. And people are buying from her. Sometimes not because they really need those things, but because of her industry. She did not sit back and say, my parents are paying my school fees. Yes. She did not say, my parents are paying my school fees. She decided to at least, even if it's part of this school fee, let me be able to take, even if it's my feeding, let me be able to take care of it myself. So honestly, I don't know this kind of entitlement mentality that a lot of people have. But my dear sister, my dear brother, whoever you are that's watching us today, nothing comes out of your comfort zone. Nothing grows from there. Nothing. I say it and I say it again. For you to have anything, you must step out and do. Do something. Don't sit back and wait. While we were waiting for network to connect, I was telling us that you have to take that step. You truly have to take the step. You cannot sit back and give yourself excuses or even accept the excuses yourself is giving you. There's two different things. One is for you to give the excuse, and another is to accept it. You can't afford to accept the excuses yourself is giving you. Please throw those excuses in the dustbin and step out. Do something. And that thing, the lady that's the second person that came on this particular series, Growth Chronicles, she's running an NGO that talks to young girls. But when she started this NGO, this young girl was living in a classroom.
Wow.
She had no accommodation, nobody with her here in Port Harcourt, no family to help her. She was living inside the classroom. And from that classroom, she would dress up and go for that outreach to those at-risk youths that she felt needed to hear what she had to say. She didn't say, I don't have house now. I don't have money now. No, she took a step. The money came along the way, and she carried out her outreaches. So don't accept any excuse from yourself.
No invitation at all.
Don't accept it. All right. So thank you so much, Janet,
Thank
for
you.
joining us this afternoon. It's been a
Thank
pleasure. Now,
you.
I told you people when we started, this is my accountability partner.
Yes, so
This is my business partner. I don't know which other partner now to add, but this is her. This is her. It's
yes,
when
ma'am.
she says she's a serial entrepreneur, she is. Unless that thing is not marketable, is not sellable, there's no way to make money from it, then she will not be in it. But everything she will at least attempt. Let it be that, okay, this one is not for me. Yes.
Mm,
So thank you so much for joining us this afternoon. We've
thank
enjoyed
you, ma'am.
having you. It's been my pleasure to discuss with you and for you to share your journey of growth
Yeah.
with us here on Growth Habits. Thank you once again for joining us.
All right.
And thank you everyone that joined this afternoon. I am sure you got something from all that has been said. I'm sure there is a word that stuck out to you. Please take that word and do something with it. Don't just hear and leave it at the point of hearing. Do
Yeah.
something with the things you're hearing. Don't
Very
be satisfied with the status quo. There is always a way. There is always a solution.
good.
There is always a road that leads out of any challenge. It exists, but
Correct.
excuses blind you to that road. Remove excuses, and you will see the road, and
Yes.
you'll be able to walk on that road clearly and with determination. Thank you once
Yes.
again for joining me on Growth Habits with Ngozi this beautiful Tuesday afternoon. Remember to make this day count, and every day you are given, make that day count. Be valuable and grow. See you next week, Tuesday. It promises, in fact, fireful. That's the only word I can use because next week, Tuesday, Pastor Favor Siri Wisdom is coming on here to
Oh,
share her own
wow.
journey. Yes, yes. If you have been following, you've heard her name 1,001 times on this program. So she's coming tomorrow. She's next
And
week. Sorry, she's coming next week. It's like she should come tomorrow.
tomorrow.
She'll be here next week, Tuesday, to share with us on her own journey of growth. Thank you once again for joining us.
Thank you,
See you next week, Tuesday.
ma'am.
Bye.
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 Bye.